Whatever.
After Emperor Accor's departure from the palace, Misty finds her sister Violet and Violet guarding that Accor prepared especially for his love Violet. Misty asks Violet if she knows where the Emperor has gone, as everyone was in a panic wondering where he was. Violet seems surprised as Accor told her that she would be the only one to know that he was going away. The surprise is somewhat brushed off, as Misty states that this isn't the first time that the Emperor has gone from the palace, but that every time he's gone away, a massive incident occurred and that's why she was worried. Misty warns Violet to stay low and is about to leave the garden when an intruder attacks. The two sisters defeat the intruder, but Misty notices that Violet is a little sluggish in her movements, to which Violet reveals that she was actually pregnant with Accor's child. Knowing Violet is pregnant, Misty takes responsibility to protect her sister. Violet doesn't want to leave the garden as she promised Accor to wait for him there, but Misty tells Violet to disguise herself as a common soldier under her command until they find Accor or Beetrue. At this moment, Accor with his men are in La Lumbre in search of Beetrue, who has gone missing. There, the Baikal Emperor lead soldier shouts that the Emperor has commanded all soldiers to kill everybody on sight. Accor is shocked, and the soldier reveals that Accor will go down in history as the king who mercilessly killed everyone. The soldier continues to say that Beetrue and Violet was most likely killed as well, to which Accor attacks his traitor soldiers asking who orchestrated this evil act. With the soldier's last words, he puts Accor into further dismay, not revealing who was behind this incident, but that the dragons will now be hated and that Accor will have no one on his side as the man who killed not only innocent people, but his own soldiers as well. While the soldiers go to destroy the other cities, Accor continues to demand answers, to which the soldier tells him to ask his 8 knights, plotting a seed of doubt in the Emperor about the knights that he once trusted. While this was all going on, Cadmo summons the 8 knights and reports that the Emperor has gone mad and started to kill innocent people and burning down villages. Rude, Misty, Black Moon, and Marine Hawk refuse to believe the story, but Cadmos reminds them that as knights, it was their duty to protect the people. With Beetrue out of sight, it was up to them to verify the truth and take appropriate action. Rude decides to stay behind and speak to the Emperor in case he returns to the palace. Worried for Rude's safety, Misty tries to convince all to go and prepare instead, but Rude agrees to stay behind while all the others gather up the troops in case what Cadmos was saying was true. Rude raids at the palace and questions what may have caused the Emperor to do all of this, and resolves to listen to the Emperor to try to understand what was happening. Accor returns to the palace and asks Rude where everybody was and that a lot has changed. Rude attempts to comfort Accor, letting him know that not all has changed, that the Emperor was still strong and that Rude was still with him, still loyal and still trusting him. To that, Accor replies coldly that it is Accor himself that actually needs to change and attacks Rude. Rude parries Accor's attacks and tries to reason with him, reminding him of all the good times that they've spent together and Accor's kindness to all the races. Accor rages, shouting that it was everyone that denied all that he has done for them and betrayed him, and that all races besides dragons are not to be trusted. Accor vows to cut ties with his closest friend and ally Rude to start a new order of dragons and end the cycle of betrayal that he has experienced. Rude tries to defend against Accor's attacks, knowing that if he were not to fight, innocent lives would be lost, and that this misunderstanding would never be cleared. He claims that this mad dragon is not his emperor anymore. Unfortunately, Accor was not emperor for no reason. He defeats Rude with his sword, despising Rude, thinking that everything that Rude was saying was an act to seem like he cared, even calling Accor his emperor still. Rude's last thoughts are of Misty and of his regrets of not being able to understand Accor's pain. He apologized to Accor before fading into unconsciousness to his final breaths in the sea of crimson from his body created by the Emperor he trusted the most. At this exact instance, Cadmos enters with the rest of the knights and tells everybody to surround the Emperor. Having seen for themselves Accor killing Rude, all the knights have come to doubt the Emperor and surrounded the Emperor under Cadmos' command. They use the dragon relics to capture and seal the Emperor and put an end to this nightmare. We come back to the present time where Accor has awakened and B2 talks to Accor, revealing the truth that Cadmos was the one behind the betrayal and that it was Cadmos who had sealed her away and created the misunderstanding. Zia Khan cuts in to introduce himself and explain that much time has passed since then, and that as a fellow dragon he was ready to build a new empire with Accor as the king. B2 cuts in again and explains to Accor that some knights like Marine Hawk, Misty and Rude and Black Moon believed in Accor until the end and set up methods to make sure that the seal can be undone later on as a testament to their loyalty. She explains that she has scouted descendants of those knights to aid Accor, to which Accor asks if they are dragons and she answers no. Accor, still hurt from his betrayals, refuses B2's request to have these non-dragon descendants as his subjects. Having no power to oppose Accor, B2 silently heals Zeon and leaves with Accor and Zia Khan to the palace. What will happen now that Accor is back trying to rebuild his empire with only dragons? We'll find out in the next chapter that's just been released with Season 6. So if you like random gaming content, especially on mobile gacha games, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I post every Wednesday and weekends. Thank you all so much for watching, stay safe, and take care.